and unmute.
There we go.
Livingston.
What was your first name?
Lakeisha.
Lakeisha, okay. All right, so Lakeisha, if you and Jaka, if you can both raise your right hands, please. Each of you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give at this cause currently at trial that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Right.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
No, I'm talking to Jaka. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, Jaka, let's start out. First of all, what is your full legal name?
Chika Duran Livingston.
Okay, you have to talk slower. It's hard to understand you.
Say Chika Duran Livingston.
All right, what is your date of birth?
12/27/05.
Are you an American citizen?
Yes.
So I want to go over with you the nature and possible consequences of these proceedings, including admissibility in adult criminal proceedings. I want to let you know that we are proceeding today on the offense of theft of a firearm. Aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. All right. And this could result in your commitment to the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. I understand the agreement today offered by the district attorney is 2 years of probation with placement. But if you violate your probation, I could commit you. And if I did, that this could be used against you in adult criminal proceedings. Okay. You understand that?
Yes.
And also, even if you do not get committed, this could be used against you in portions of an adult criminal trial, even though it is a juvenile matter. Do you understand?
Yes.
You do have certain rights guaranteed by the Constitution of Texas and the Constitution of the United States. The 4th and 14th Amendments guarantee you the right to what's called due process. You have the absolute right to have a trial. You do not have to agree to this delinquent conduct. You can have a trial and require the district attorney to prove to me that you in fact committed aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, specifically with a firearm. You understand you have a right to a trial?
Yes.
Okay, do you give up that right to a trial?
Yes.
You also have a right to remain silent. You do not have to admit that you committed the aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, and you can remain silent throughout this whole process. But my understanding is you wish to give up that right and admit your conduct in exchange for this plea bargain agreement. Do you give up your right to remain silent?
Yes.
You also have a right to have a trial by jury. So if you decide that you do not like me or you don't want me to decide whether you committed the robbery, you have the right to have a jury of 12 people listen to everything I would hear, and they would decide whether or not you committed the robbery. Do you give up your right to have a jury make the decision?
Yes.
You also have a right to confrontation. That means any person that testifies against you, including the victim, police, labs, I don't know what witnesses may show up, but if they did, they would have to testify in open court and you could look them in the eye as they're testifying against you. However, you are giving up that right. So do you give up your right to confrontation?
Yes.
I want to let you know I do not have to follow this agreement. This does not force me to do it. I am going to follow it. I'm just letting you know that I have the option to reject this agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Mom, I had sworn you in. Could you please tell us what your full legal name is?
Lakeisha Livingston.
All right. And what is your relationship to Jaka Livingston?
Here's my son.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Hamrick, is there any reason why your client will not understand the proceedings today?
No, Your Honor.
Is he fit to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jaka, you are here today because the state of Texas has filed a petition alleging that you have engaged in delinquent conduct, which, if committed by an adult, would constitute an offense against the laws of Texas, namely the offense of aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. They are saying that on or about August 22nd, 2020, in Tarrant County, Texas, that you intentionally and knowingly, while in the course of committing theft of property and with intent to obtain or maintain control of said property, threatened or placed Tyler Robinson in fear of imminent bodily injury or death, and that you used or exhibited a deadly weapon, namely a firearm. Do you understand what they're saying that you did?
Yes.
State waive opening?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any exhibits from the state or witnesses as to adjudication?
No, Your Honor.
Any exhibits or witnesses to adjudication from the respondent?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Livingston, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes.
Okay. So do you understand what a stipulation is?
Yes.
You do? I didn't expect you to. Do you know what a stipulation is?
Nah.
Okay, stipulation is a fancy legal word for an agreement, but a stipulation has special meaning to it. It means that you can never again ever go back and disagree with what you stipulated. Okay, it's like a set in stone. So if I was to say that your mom was wearing a black hoodie today, is that something you could agree with?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand 20 years from now, we can't argue about what color hoodie she was wearing today, right?
Right.
Okay, but if I was to say Miss Hamrick right now is driving down the road on Zoom, is that something you could agree with?
No.
Okay, and so we would not stipulate, because if we did, we could never argue about that. We are set on that. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand this here, the document I held up, this is a stipulation. That means once I approve this and we go forward, you can never go back and challenge anything in this document. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So you said you went over this with your attorney, right?
Right.
Okay, and so everything in this document, I'm going to ask, is it true or not true?
Right.
Now, I need a true or not true. Those are your choices.
True.
True, okay. Are you saying true because it is true or for no other reason?
It is true.
All right. There's an enhancement here alleging that you used a deadly weapon, specifically a firearm. Is that true or not true?
True.
Now, did anybody force you to say true?
No.
Did anybody threaten you to say true?
No.
Did anybody induce you? That means, did anybody offer you any kind of cash money to say true?
No.
Are you saying true voluntarily?
No.
No. Okay. Do you know what the word voluntary means?
Yes.
Okay. What does volunteer mean?
Like somebody tell you to do something, you do it. Like they volunteer you to say yes.
Okay. If they volunteer you to do it, that somebody tells you to do it and you have to do it, that's not really volunteer. Volunteer means that you're doing it on your own, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it on my own.
Okay. So nobody's making you do this, right?
Right.
Okay. Stay wave close.
Yes, Your Honor.
Respondent wave close.
Yes, Your Honor.
Based on the competent evidence from this hearing, the court will make a finding of delinquency, specifically the allegations in paragraph 1. Ms. Farmer, you didn't label which paragraph. Which paragraph is it?
It's paragraph 1, Your Honor.
Okay. Allegations in paragraph 1 were established by the evidence. The court will also make an affirmative finding that a deadly weapon was used. That will conclude adjudication for this matter. Are we ready for dispo?
State's ready, Your Honor.
Ms. Hamrick?
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
We'll call cause number 323-114529-20. This is styled in the matter of Jacquetta Livingston. The court, having previously adjudicated this child as delinquent, is now proceeding on disposition of this matter. The court will take judicial notice of the 3914 manifest, which has previously been filed with this court, as well as a social history, which has been filed with this court under seal. Understanding the stipulation that was previously used in the adjudication was this child was disposition of 2 years of probation with placement at the Woodward Academy in Iowa with no contact with Tyler Robinson or Joshua Ballard. So, Ms. Farmer, opening?
Waive, Your Honor.
Any exhibits or witnesses from the state as to disposition?
Yes, Your Honor. We would like to call Miss Kianetta Brown.
Okay, Ms. Brown, hello. If you can raise your right hand.
Oh, yes.
You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give at this cause currently at trial that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may lower your hand. Go ahead, please proceed, Ms. Farmer.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Brown, can you please tell the court how you're presently employed?
I am employed with Tarrant County Juvenile Services. I am Jakai's probation officer.
And how long have you been JACA's probation officer for?
I received Jakai, I want to say at the beginning of August. Let me go, I can go check. I received Jakai, yes, at the beginning of August. So he was transferred to me on August 3rd.
And was he already on probation for another offense when you began to supervise him?
Yes, ma'am.
What offense was that?
He was on 2 terms of probation before I got with him for burglary of a building and theft.
What services did he receive while on probation for those offenses?
Recently, we referred him, we had a resource staffing, and we referred him to TYRC to address his behavior concerns and the drug use. He was ultimately discharged due to failure to comply. From the previous probation officer, from my understanding, they tried TCAP, boys home, and he was also placed on a monitor, electronic monitor.
Did he comply with the monitor?
Yes, he did. With TCAP, no, he didn't.
Do you know what his current level is in detention?
He is level 1A.
Has he ever been to placement before?
Besides TYRC, no, ma'am.
Do you think that it'd be in his best interest to go to placement today?
I think that I'm going to agree with the recommendation of the court. Based on his psychological exam, they did say that he would benefit from a structured environment, so I agree.
Do you agree that reasonable efforts have been made to prevent or eliminate the need for Jakal's removal from his home?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Samrick?
Ms. Brown, is it not true that Jakal primarily started getting in trouble in 2020?
From my understanding, before he got with me, he was in a little bit of trouble. But yes, from when he got on my caseload, he did have constant behavior concerns.
Do you know what his mental health diagnoses are?
Yes, ma'am. He was diagnosed with one second. Unspecified disruptive impulse control and conduct disorder.
Is it also true that he has ADHD?
Mom did say that he has a history of ADHD. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know if he has been receiving any medication for his mental diagnoses?
When he was at TYRC, he was receiving Adderall. However, when he came back from TYRC to detention, he was not taking Adderall. So no, ma'am, currently he's not taking any medication.
And is it also true that he has had a history of substance abuse, specifically marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think if he goes to placement that they would be able to address both his mental health needs as well as his drug use needs?
I
Drug
agree.
treatment.
And I say that I agree. And me and Jakai have had talks as well. And he has stated to me that he wants to get help for his substance abuse. He did say that he feels like he can't stop. So he did want to receive help for that.
And do you know whether his mom has agreed that placement would be a good option for Jakai?
Mom, I don't think mom has a problem with placement. I believe mom does not want him to go so far. I think that was her main concern. Mom agrees that he needs extra assistance, but going to out of the state, she was not okay with.
It's possible that if he's placed out of state, that mom would be able to visit him in placement. Is that correct?
I'm not sure. You would have to ask Mr. Lockhart on that.
Where is the placement located?
In Iowa. In Woodward, Iowa.
I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Farmer?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Brown, does Jacal's mom work evenings?
Yes, from my understanding, she works 2 p.m. to 11 p.m.
And is she raising him as a single mom?
Yes, ma'am, she is.
So would you say that at this time it's difficult for his mom to provide him the quality of the care and the level of support that Jacal would need to successfully complete his probation? Would you
I
agree?
don't want to say yes. I feel that mom could use additional assistance because she is a single mom and she does work a lot. So I agree that she would benefit from additional assistance.
No further questions. Thank you, Ms. Brown.
Ms. Hamrick?
Ms. Brown, just to make it clear, to your knowledge, he's never had Jacal's never had an opportunity to be in placement before. Is that correct?
Correct. Besides TYRC, that's correct.
Thank you. Pass the witness.
Ms. Farmer?
No, nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Brown, I have some questions for you. So this is the mom that refused to come to court one time because it was her birthday, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mom, it's not your turn. This is Mrs. Brown's questions. And this
Mom.
child has a history of fire setting and cruelty to animals?
He agreed. Yes, he admitted in his psychological exam that he had experience with fire setting, but according to mom, he has never actually set a fire anywhere.
According to mom, who refuses to come to court because it's her birthday.
Mom was out of town at the time, and I believe court was passed that week as well.
So I don't see anything really in here about the offense itself. I see it's aggravated robbery. I saw that handguns were used. Was the gun discharged?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's, let me make sure it doesn't state that in the police report.
I mean, there's a shooting in progress call, but I don't know if it's related to Mr. Livingston or something else.
So from my understanding from the police report, it was, and then I believe they left the scene and that's where later he was searched. They were pulled over.
So
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the police report, did the victims claim that the gun was discharged at them during the robbery?
Yes, at their home. So supposedly the
This was a
robbery.
home invasion robbery?
So supposedly from the police report, they went to the home in Whispering Woods Apartments in Arlington. They went to the home and
Hold on a second. They is the police or they is the robbers?
the robbers.
Okay.
And apparently the victim from the police report, the victim was unable to speak because he was lifted to surgery. So 3 males were standing on the front porch. The victim asked them to leave, but they refused. Robinson started having a verbal altercation with the 3 suspects. So it was 2 people in the home. And he noticed all 3 suspects were armed with a handgun. The 3 suspects began to physically assault Robinson and they stole cash from his person. The suspects told Robinson that they knew he had more money, but Robinson retreated inside the apartment and shut the door. Next, Robinson heard multiple gunshots and realized that the victim was shot. He believed all 3 suspects shot because the shot stimulates like it was multiple shots.
So it was a home invasion robbery where multiple people were shooting and somebody actually got shot and had to go to the hospital for surgery.
Yes, Your Honor.
So earlier you said he's level 1A. Why is he 1 acceptable?
Let me go back to that. Talking in room without permission and mattress placed by door even after redirection.
How far did his behavior level drop while here?
How far?
Yes, how far down did it get?
He yesterday he was on 1-0.
But I mean, in the past, how low did he get?
Confined, level 3 confined.
When was that?
The last time he was on level 3 confined was January 23rd.
So a little more than a week ago. What was he level 3 confined for?
They don't have any comments here, but I can verify it. But the day before, I was not following, he was a level 3 unacceptable for not following instructions time 3, refused 2 instructions, talking and disrupting the program, and horseplaying.
The Woodard Academy, is it a secure facility or non-secure facility?
I believe it's, go ahead, Mr. Lockhart.
Your Honor, it's non-secure.
I'm sorry, y'all. As much as this Hamrick, I mean, I know it's frustrating for you, but here's my thing. He has a history of fire setting, history of animal cruelty. He was on felony probation. He has multiple assault cases, evading. What else we have? Engaging in organized crime, multiple theft cases. So, you know, these are crimes of moral turpitude. He's dropped down to level 3 just less than 2 weeks ago while he's here 3 confined. He's still causing problems, knowing that this court hearing is coming up today. Just yesterday, he's blocking his mattress from the window, preventing the staff from observing him. Like, this kid doesn't want supervision, and then to send him to a non-secure facility when I'm considering that this is a home invasion robbery where somebody got shot and had to get emergency surgery. Like, this is clearly this. I mean, one, I'm not okay with a non-secure facility, not for somebody who shot somebody and almost killed them. Second, I'm not even sure placement is appropriate for him. I mean, this is a home invasion robbery, you know, with 3 people with guns. And after they got money, they said that wasn't enough. And then they demanded more. And when they didn't get more, they started shooting the person. I mean, this is not what probation's for. I mean, probation to get, Ms. Hamrick, unless you can tell me what about him is redeeming that thinks that probation will be good for him.
Your Honor, if I may, the facts here are a little bit, without getting into all the facts, there was 3 people that were supposedly over there. The person, Mr. Ballard, was definitely identified as one of the ones being there at the time. He received placement. It's unknown whether there's no ballistics ever showing that all 3 people actually fired a weapon. So that I wish that evidence was there, but it's not. He's never been had the opportunity of a placement. I think he has some mental health needs that are going untreated. I would love for him, like his co-defendant, to have the opportunity to go to placement with the knowledge that if he's not successful there, that the only alternative is to send him to TJJD. He does have ADHD, adjustment disorder. He's not on any medications. All these things that he's gotten into happened in 2020. I would like him to have the opportunity to be medicated and see if that will, I think that will make a difference in his behavior. I think
Ms. Brown, is he taking medication right now?
No, Your Honor.
Why not? Like, if this is such an issue, why weren't we getting him diagnosed and prescribed medication here?
According to TYRC, mom did not get the medication from TYRC to bring to detention.
So, Ms. Hamrick, if he goes to placement and we place him back with mom, this is the same person that's refusing to show up at court and refusing to get his medication to him. Like, how is he ever going to receive the level of care in the community that's needed?
I think if he can get on a schedule, I think he will have the maturity to know better what he needs and to be able to work with mom. They're also willing to work with mom when he's at the placement, so that hopefully when he gets out, they will know more about what they need to be doing for him to be successful.
So this, I'm looking through this, and so November 29th, 2019, he committed theft of property, $750 to $2,500. He got probation in February of 2020. Less than 2 months later, he commits the offense of burglary of a building, a felony, which June 6th, 2020, he gets on probation for. Then on August 22nd, so just over 2 months later, he is now home invasion robbery with guns where somebody gets shot and has to have emergency surgery. Like, he can't go 7 weeks without breaking the law. And this is while he's on probation. I mean, I'm looking at this, and he never stopped using pot the entire time they had a case pending. Like, I don't see how this kid in any way will, and I'm sorry, he won't quit using pot while he's on TYRC for treatment, presumably to stop using marijuana, right? I'm not sure how anybody in the community thinks that this is somebody that they want living in their community. Yeah, I'm not gonna accept this offer. I mean, this is not appropriate. A lot of it because it's a non-secure facility where you can just walk out whenever you want. And a lot of it is just the seriousness of this crime. I mean, home invasion, right? You can't have 3 people going to your house, shoot somebody, and think that they're just gonna get placement because, and while they're on felony probation for theft, which they picked up while they're on probation for another theft, that he commits a third theft. So what's the next step? If we don't correct his behavior, his next step literally is somebody dying, right? That's the only thing that could get worse. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ms. Hamrick. I mean, I've always thought you as a friend and a colleague, and I applaud you for convincing the state to agree to this. But I have that gatekeeper function. I can't, not when the stakes are so high, but literally the next escalation on this one is somebody dying, is capital murder. So, Mr. Livingston, and I'm gonna let you know, you ruined this for yourself. I mean, your shenanigans were even just a couple days ago putting up that mattress. I mean, I don't know if you thought you had a deal and you're gonna get whatever you want, but I told you to impress me while you're in detention. You're level 3 confined just over a week ago too.
They had my level wrong. That was wrong. They misplaced my level. They put a 3C confined, but I was confined a week later. That was a week ago when I was confined.
Yes, that's what she said. You were confined a week ago.
I know the day I went to my real court with Judge Porter, my level was wrong. That's what I was trying to tell them, but they didn't want to listen to me. And the other day, they said I had my mattress by my door. It wasn't blocking my door, it was by my vent because I was talking through the vent.
Are you supposed to talk through your vent? Are you supposed to talk through your vent?
No.
See? Don't make yourself a victim, right? It's your poor decisions that's put you in this position. So, yeah, Mr. Livingston, you are not in any way prepared for a placement. I mean, we can set this for a trial if y'all want. I don't mind. I don't know how good Ms. Farmer's case is or not, but I can't approve this. This is not appropriate. Mom, did you have a question for me?
Yes. I would just like to say that I am not a bad parent.
I didn't say you were a bad parent.
And when he did leave the youth recovery program, I did try and get his medication to him, and it never happened. It wasn't like that I didn't care. I just, I asked them several times, why isn't he getting his medication? And no one never got it to him.
Okay. All right, so I got right in here, the court's rejecting the stipulation. Ms. Hamrick, would you like to withdraw his plea of true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the court will allow you to withdraw his plea of true. And I want to make sure I have the entry in the docket sheet so there's no error in the future.
Thank you.
that was the important thing for me, Mrs. Hammer, to make sure I made that entry. So
Thank you.
yeah, we'll reset this. If y'all want to agree to something else, I mean, please let me know. But I'm sorry, I don't want to make a habit of this. I don't like it. This one, I see the progression, the escalation. I see the giant warning signs with his fire setting and animal cruelty. I see his behavior at detention, that he's, I mean, it's been years that he's refusing to do anything right. And even while he's here, he's refusing to do what he needs to do. From what I see, these are the kids that we have to worry about. All right, so Ms. Brown, thank you for your work on this one. The social history is filed under seal, just so the parties understand. So it is remaining with the court file, but is not available for public, except for it will be available for the direct trial counsel and direct appellate counsel. But other than that, people will need permission of the court to view the social history. Right, and so are there any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Livingston, so basically we're going back to square one, deciding what to do in your case, whether there's a trial or not. All right, all the rights that you gave up, I'm reinstating those rights. When you said true, I am allowing you to withdraw that plea of true, so it's as if legally you never said that, okay? So the stipulation is gone, and so I'm just letting you know that you haven't hurt yourself in any situation from today's hearings, okay? It's, at this point, I don't understand what's going through your head. Make your situation the best you can with what you have. All right, Ms. Hamrick, is there anything that I've missed?
No, I just wanted to say, I understand, Your Honor. Thank you for listening to us.
No, I mean, I try and give great deference. I hated it when judge bounced my pleas. This one, I can't. I apologize.
I understand, and I really have let my client know that he really needs to be good in detention no matter what.
All right. Mom, you're not excused. You need to sit down. This is not a hair appointment where you can just come and go as you want. It's not your vacation plans that we may be interfering with. This is a court setting for your son. So, Ms. Farmer, I appreciate the fact that you're trying in good faith to resolve these issues. I'm not blaming y'all. I can't do it on this one, okay? All right. That'll be the order of the court. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.